जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत।
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವ ರೈಲು
एक्सप्रेस পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন। कृपया ध्यान दियो।
And welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. We have replenished our T's. We haven't crossed our T's. We haven't dotted our I's. But here we are. I'm Gaurav Kapur, still with me, Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan. I did say that with decidedly lack of enthusiasm, so I will do it again. Can we just do take two? Come here, take two. With me, Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan. Hello. Welcome back.
Hello. I want to be on what substances you are on right now.
It's tea.
Yeah.
Made of? Mumbai Indians have won the toss, which was delayed because of rain, and have decided to, no surprise.
Field first.
That's right. They've decided they're going to be chasing. Good chasing team that. But I tell you what, will Gujarat really mind this? Because it doesn't look like. The forecast is that it's not going to rain now, right? For the rest of the day. Let's have a look at the scenario if it doesn't rain. Forget the fact that it ever rained, it's going to rain. Let's forget that. Now you think, starting at 8 o'clock, big game, Gujarat batting first, and a good bowling lineup. Will they mind losing this toss and batting first?
Only to the extent that Mumbai is a very good chasing side. But otherwise, they might even have a little bit of an advantage because the outfield will be slightly wet.
Yeah.
By the time they come around to bat, I think the outfield would have totally dried, which means their bowlers, the Gujarat bowlers, might just have a drier ball to bowl with.
Oh, yeah.
Just have a dry ball to bowl with because 1.5 hours, it would have
good point.
got a bit drier.
Yeah.
If there's any, I don't know how wet the outfield is, but if it's rained for half an hour, 40 minutes, there will be a bit of moisture in the outfield.
Bonnie, your call?
It's such a big game. I'm a big old school person. Even in times like today with a bit of rain, I still like runs on the board.
Yeah.
But you've got to bat well. I mean, it's a 40-over game. I don't think there's a massive change in conditions. I don't think it'll change drastically. It's just the psyche of the teams. But if you can bat well up front and get a score, if you can get... So Mumbai have chased over 204 times. Yeah. I doubt you do it in a big game like this.
Yeah.
You've got to remember when you're chasing 200 in the group stages, you've got another opportunity the game after and the game after.
Correct.
Now it's a one-off.
Psychologically.
So I always think in big games, unless conditions are completely ridiculous, and we'll have to wait and see for the first few overs. It nips around and it swings and seams because of the moisture. Well, of course, it's a big movement towards Mumbai. But if the pitch generally plays like it has done here, I don't think Gujarat are certainly out. It's not one of those, win the toss, win the game. Absolutely not. It's still a great chance for Gujarat to say, OK, we'll get 180 plus and then we'll throw the ball to the likes of Shami. Hardik Pandya looks like he's going to bowl. I believe he's marked his run-up.
Yeah.
2 spin twins from Afghanistan. They've got a tremendous bowling lineup, but they've just got to bat well. And I think Mumbai, what they'll be thinking, if it just does a little bit, can we get Shubman?
Yeah.
Can we get Shubman inside the first two or three overs, and that is a massive sway in the contest.
I think the disadvantage here for Gujarat is it's got to play on your mind that this is a really good chasing team. All teams are good chasing teams, but these guys have done it in the last few weeks. Mumbai has chased, and we keep saying it, they've chased 200 plus 4 times. Can that play on your mind when you're batting first? And we always talk about it. You start the innings aiming for 200, you can wrap it up at 140 and give the game away.
Yeah, I think they've got to bat to the conditions. And that only the batsmen in there can judge. Nobody else is going to be able to judge it.
They've got to do the Jacques Kallis business model that you talk about. Yeah. Tell us about that.
So Jacques Kallis, whenever he used to play for KKR, even if he got out or the first time that gloves are sent out within 3 overs, you quickly send it out just to hear he'd say it's a 140 wicket or a 160 wicket or a 170 wicket. So all the batsmen after that had a sort of sense that, okay, this is the... So somebody out there needs to be doing that or letting the dressing room know this is the kind of wicket there is. Yeah. Because if you're batting on like 200 for 200 or 140 wicket, you could get out for 90.
Yeah. I just think the modern game has gone beyond, thinking like that. I think it's a very simple process. I know what England do now that when they're playing white ball cricket,
they'll back everything.
No, their batters go out there. Can you hit the ball for 6?
Yeah.
If you can't, can you hit it for 4? If you can't hit it for 4, okay, rotate the strike. It's as simple as that. And by the way, if you do that for quite a lot of time, that's when you get the big numbers. So don't put yourselves in a category of too early saying, oh, it's a 140 pitch, it's a 160 pitch. Because actually, if you do that, you're almost targeting that. It might be a 190 pitch.
Yeah.
And you've set yourself 160. So try and hit every ball. And if you can't hit it, just knock it and make sure you rotate and strike.
It's, they have to make sure they don't err on both sides, right? One is that, of course, you read it conservatively. On the other side, you're just so scared of the chasing team that you just say, oh, only 220 safe and nothing else is, and then you just get completely derailed. So I guess what Michael is saying makes a lot of sense. Just say, can I hit this ball for 6? Can I hit it for 4? And just keep doing it 120 times. It's pretty simple, if you think about it.
The problem that Gujarat have, and he's the best player in the world at the minute, is Sky.
Yeah.
That is a real concern. When you've got a player like Suryakumar Yadav, who's so good, and particularly against spin as well. You know, he's got this ability to just flick it and swing and just hit it pretty much 360 degrees whenever he wants. And he's got that what do you call it?
What did I call it? I called it the love child of the hook and the paddle.
That's the one. That's the one. You know, he can. I mean, all the Mumbai batters are fantastic, but he has got it in him to just chase down anything.
But think about it. Like you say the big, the opening pair. You say the big 3, the big 4. Here they've got the big 6. And if they get the impact player in, that means you're playing both Tilak and Nehal Vadera, which means you've got the big 7 because you've got Rohit and Ishan at the top. You've got Suryakumar Yadav comes at 4, and you've got that revelation, Cam Green coming in at 3. They've moved him up and down as well, right? And I think now they've found his golden spot, Joy.
Yeah, I think they have, and I think he's the kind of player who gives them everything. I mean, he's been a revelation for me because at the price he was bought, and you think that he doesn't have that much experience. He doesn't open very much for Australia. I mean, he only opened in that series, and it was just before the auction.
Yeah.
So you thought he was a bit of an auction bait, as in people who do well just before the auction go.
Sam Curran.
Exactly. Yeah. But he's been an absolute revelation. The kind of cricket that he's played in the last 3-4 matches, the way he's counter-attacked. When they were 2 wickets down, and he still kept going for it. Yeah. I mean, he's been sensational.
Do you know of any overseas players that have had an impact like that in the first year? With those numbers are ridiculous. Striking at 163, averaging at 55.
Good point.
250s, 100.
Their first year. I remember Sean Marsh. That was the first year of ever.
Those numbers.
But not in 3.
Yeah, Sean Marsh got 616, but more conservative, and he was,
in different era, 15 years ago.
15 years ago, so the strike rates and all would be different. Kieran Pollard, I think, had a great first year. Kieran Pollard perhaps had a great first year. But really, this is a sensation.
Those figures, I mean, averaging 55.
Yeah.
T20 cricket, when you're taking a risk every ball.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's done really well for them. Can we have a look at the teams? Have we got it? Come on. Yeah? Are you doing it? Just... Well, we called it last night. Sai Sudarshan is coming in. So they are batting Sai Sudarshan. So which means that they've thought about that Chennai batting that they did, or rather the batting they did in Chennai, and thinking that we've got this guy, he's done really well at 3, and it's not like he's the anchor, Joy, because he's actually played both. He's won the player of the match in one game, and he can turn the heat up with strike rate when required.
I mean, he can. I really like Sai Sudarshan out there. I mean, those are 2 players I think they haven't used as much as they could have. Abhinav Manohar and Sai Sudarshan, they're key. And Sai Sudarshan, especially because he plays up front for Tamil Nadu, plays high up the order. So he gives them, because I feel that what was their big problem? Their big problem, or they solved that problem very well because they won 10 out of 14 matches, but they had thought of Kane Williamson as a sort of...
Number 3, correct. The pivot.
The pivot, which, as I said, probably is not the theory that today Rohit subscribes.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anchor. I'm saying like the pivot.
So now Sai Sudarshan gives them that kind of batting at there in the order.
Yeah. And we called the other one correct as well last time, that Josh Little is in.
So Little's in.
Darshan Shanika is out.
Yeah.
And if Sai Sudarshan comes in, I'm guessing it's probably in Darshan's place because now they've got a quick bowler in. So Darshan Nalkande. So we called those 2 correct. I wish this was like one of those exit poll shows. We called it correct here on Cricbuzz Live. As news comes in. Yeah. Early polling shows.
And we think that Little will bowl to Rohit up front.
Yeah. He will, because, we've got empirical evidence. Empirical data suggests that Rohit has a little bit of a problem. But will they bowl him to open? That's the interesting thing, because they haven't been using him as an opening bowler, right? Sure. You've had Hardik and Shami who've been bowling up front.
Interesting. Also, given his track record, do you sneak in an over a Rashid Khan against Rohit? Because Rashid Khan really owns Rohit. I think he's got him out 4 times. He really owns Rohit.
Okay, so see, I'm calling it Shami first over.
So that's I mean,
Rashid bowls the fourth. If Rohit is still there in the fourth, Rashid will bowl the fourth, not before that.
yeah, he's not going to bowl the first three, but yeah.
Shami first, Josh Little second, Shami third, Rashid fourth. Come on. We're going one. We're upping our
think you
game.
could be
It's
right.
the semi-final.
I think you could be right.
Yeah?
You know, the problem with someone like Rashid Khan, he's probably a matchup for most batters.
Yeah, that's true actually.
So it's who do you use him against and when you feel he'll have the biggest impact. It'll all come down to how many they get. Clearly, if they get a lowest score, say a 150, you're going to have to gamble earlier because you're going to have to get early wickets to try and get the momentum back your way. If they get 220, they'll probably save Rashid for back end. For in those they'll bowl him maybe one at the top in the first 6 to 8, and then they'll use him down that middle end when the rate goes higher and higher and higher, and he'll just...
I've got another rule change suggestion because we don't have enough. But another one. If a team does not use their impact sub, then one of your bowlers can bowl 6 instead of 4. 6 overs instead of 4. If you don't get an impact sub in when you're bowling,
Why?
just because an impact sub comes and bowls another. A lot of times you hear captains saying, oh, I wish I had more overs from this bowler, not just 4. You have an option of playing. Think about it.
I mean, it's a pathetic rule change.
Just he hasn't even thought about it for a second.
You just had an England captain sledge you.
Yeah.
But the impact sub is good. So
But this is an impact as well.
Your captain,
Yeah.
your job is to make sure you get your team correct. So you're 11
Yeah.
and your impact players, and you choose the right time to bring in one of your impact players, either a batter, an all-rounder or a bowler.
Yeah.
Now, that's your skill.
Yeah.
You know when and how.
But instead of getting 4 from another guy, I'm actually gambling and saying I want another 2 overs from this guy.
Yeah, but you can't.
What do you mean you can't? You couldn't get another guy in cricket for a while.
First,
they laugh at you, I tell you. Then they join you.
That is your opportunity to get 4 overs in by someone else.
Yeah. But I'm saying instead of doing that, I'm saying I don't want to go for that option. I can not get an impact sub in and get 2 overs more from an existing
You want 6 from Rashid Khan, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm not allowing that.
I'm not allowing that.
I'm not allowing that rule change.
MCC here is not allowing it.
Also, he's pro bat.
That is like in the leagues on a Saturday afternoon, and I think they've stopped it now. There used to be overseas pros come and play in the leagues.
And bowl extra.
55 over game.
Yeah.
And they bowl 27 overs from one. Just plug them in. It's just not fair.
All right, just give me 1 second. I just need to cancel the wasabi prawns for Michael Vaughan.
He's a ruthless man. Don't mess with him.
Done. You don't come to my house and sledge me.
What? So can I just go back to your point?
No.
So a bowler. So you're going to have 2 extra overs from a bowler. What's the equivalent for the batter?
I'll think about it. We haven't had a.
You haven't thought this through, have you?
No, it was just. I thought half of it.
Does
takes time to build.
So one batter gets an extra life.
No, you can't. You can't have 2 battings. It's not like gully cricket. Like it's not like it's my bat, so I bat twice.
Can we just see
the teams? Yeah, let's do that. Michael and I will have a broader discussion on this. We'll be selling tickets, so do come and watch. There you go, Sai Sudarshan. Vijay Shankar, of course, he was the impact sub. That's why he's listed here, because they are batting first. Last time they were bowling first. So there you go. Saha, Gill, Sai Sudarshan, Hardik Pandya, David Miller, Vijay Shankar, Rahul Tewatia, Rashid Khan. Deep batting. They're batting properly till number 8 there.
So Rashi's not going to bat at 3, is he?
No, Rashid's not. That's next season. And they've got 3 foreigners here. So that means they're going to get another one in. Guessing that would
Josh Little, probably.
Yeah.
That'll be Josh Little.
But what I'm thinking is that, do they think that Josh Little, Noor Ahmed is a better batsman than Josh Little? I have serious doubts about that.
Well, you never know, actually. You know, these boys from Afghanistan, they surprise you a bit.
They give it a whack.
They really swing the bat. Let's have a look at the Mumbai team and see what they're taking. This is their bowling team, of course, first. So there you go. Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, Tilak Verma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Cameron Green, Tim David. And there's the bowlers now. Jason Behrendorff, Chris Jordan. Kumar Kartikeya is coming in for Ritik Shokeen. We called this as well the other day. Jeez. Jeez McGee's. Akash Madhwal and Piyush Chawla. So the 5 bowlers on the right. And then, of course, you get overs from Cameron Green. And their impact sub will perhaps be Nehal Vadera, because they're batting second. But let's have a look here. In case they do it strategically, they could get another bowler in right up front. They are bowling first. Doubt if that will happen. On the other side, looks like Josh Little will come.
Yeah. Unless there's a complete batting collapse, in which case they might send in Odean Smith to bat at 6 or 7 if a lot of wickets fall in a row.
Yeah.
And get him to bowl a bit as well.
Yeah, but that means 9 batters. Okay, so already played 8.
that-
Rashid Khan at 8 is, we've seen him, proper batter, right? So it'd have to be one hell of a collapse for them to get a batter in.
It's very unlikely. I mean, Josh
Yeah.
Little should be their first choice.
Never know, never say never in cricket, right? All right, let's have the joy factor question. This is one thing I always say never to because I never get.
Okay, this is it's a fun one. What's being depicted?
What are we playing? Plot 4.
It looks nice, doesn't
Do you remember Plot 4, the game?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, this is like Plot 4.
So what is being depicted? And I can promise you, all the guys watching will be taking screenshots to think about this.
Well, it's some.
It's an 8 ball.
No. Michael knows enough.
Michael knows enough.
Yes.
Well, I don't. I'm trying to count the numbers.
Yep. Okay.
He doesn't.
That's not what India would bowl out for 36 at the Adelaide Oval.
It's like, no, it can't be, no? Because they're looking like 8 ball overs.
My lips are sealed.
They're like 8 ball overs.
Can we have it? Can we have it?
Oh, stop it. Nothing is going to happen with you looking at it again. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
So something.
I think he knows enough.
Am I getting close?
I will not say anything.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Remarkable.
But you're a
That's right.
sharp bloke, you are. You're very sharp.
Oh, he is?
He's very
Did
sharp.
you hear that?
Is he?
He's
Can you-
Is he? Is he?
Can
No.
you, can you just cut and paste that and put that on social media, please?
Is he sharp enough to know whether he's getting prawns for dinner or not?
You always bring that
Can
in.
he see the future? Can we see the future? Let's see if any one of us can see the future. Gujarat batting first. Score guesses. The most important game here. Doesn't matter who wins the trophy. Not to us. Because we've got our own trophy going. Come on. Joy, we start with you.
189 and he will get wasabi prawns.
Okay, nice.
Thanks, Joy.
Well done.
I'm going to go 180. 180.
180.
Yes. Now you've got a big chance.
He's in
there.
trouble.
You're going to go high or you're going to go
No, he's in trouble because he likes Gujarat. So he doesn't. He
Like
doesn't
both
want to
teams, who
lose.
doesn't? I mean, you like both teams. This hardly. There's one or two that I'm not very fond of. The only reason I'm not fond of is because of the things they do. But it's not these two teams. These two teams are like. But let's say I want a high scoring. We got 2 low scoring games in Chennai. Got like drags. I want a 196 game.
Like it.
196.
Okay.
And Michael Vaughan is getting wasabi prawns. So everybody happy! Yay! All right, we're going to come back at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. So do join us then, please. My magic liquid, my tea is over. I'm going to go get some more. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you for watching Cricbuzz Live. Bye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ ಚೆನ್ನೈ
एक्सप्रेस
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন
कृपया ध्यान दो